So here is an unboxing for the Sapphire Plus from Two Trees. I have ordered this from Banggood from the Cehia warehouse, but I think it actually came from Germany, because the tracking information show that transport originated in Germany. Okay, let's see if everything is in order. Okay, so we've got this thick thing to actually protect it. We've got a small book with safety instruction, the parts list, catalog, installation steps, motherboard installation method, service information. Okay. Oh, we've got the ruler. Okay. Yep, nice. Okay. Here we have the bed. An aluminium bed, it seems. Okay. And the print surface. Okay. Okay, let's put this back. Everything seems to be in order. Wow, don't have a flat surface. Well, at least on the ground it seems to stay perfectly horizontal. It doesn't seems to be bent. Here we got an USB to printer port cable, connection cable to connect the printer on the USB. We've got the belt. Okay. Okay. Here we have don't know exactly what we have here. We'll see later. Okay. Actually, let's look at the part list. So this is the rack package. Okay. Yeah, probably on that we'll put the print spool or the filament spool. Okay, we've got all the nuts here. Okay, B22. Okay, T-nut. Okay. Here we have the manual leveling knobs and the springs for the bed. And everything. Let's see. Okay, 4 of each. Okay. Here is the filament runout sensor. Here we have an end stop. It's a micro switch and stop. Okay. Here we have an actual bed leveling sensor. From what I know, you put this thing under the nose, under the nozzle of the printer, and you connect it to this cable, which actually gets connected to the motherboard. But I don't know if they actually have instructions. From other reviews, I know that they don't give you instructions how to install this, but you have to look in the motherboard documentation to see where you could actually hook up leveling sensor. Okay. Okay, these are the fits. The fit for the printer. We actually have 6 fit. Okay. Okay, here we got the PTF tube for the Bowden extruder, some pliers, some heat sinks, some hexagonal keys, or I don't know how they're called, micro SD stick and USB stick. Super lube, actually we have some grease here probably to lube the rods. Okay, everything seems to be okay. We've got the test PLA filament, 1.75 millimeters, printing temperature 190 to 240 degrees, 0.2 kilograms from Two Trees. Okay, now for the important parts. Let's see. The upper part of the printer. Okay, let's put this a bit to the side. The upper body of the printer. Okay, we've got linear rails. Okay. Yep. Hopefully the balls in these haven't from the slab haven't fall out, but I don't see. It was right to the edge. I don't know if it actually can slide out. I think it can actually slide out. Oh, let's not try that. Okay, the slats are green, with green and red. That's actually interesting. On almost all other reviews that I've seen and unboxing for this machine, you see actually some slats with black at the end. So these are actually other type of slats. Okay, you've got the micro switch here, you've got the stepper motors here. The stepper motors, whoa, no, actually I think this can't actually fall. No, this can't actually fall out, it seems, because it's actually blocked by the stepper motor, the pulley from the stepper motor. The stepper motor is a Yusong Shine stepping motor US line 70 HS 4401S. Okay, I don't know if you can actually see that. Everything seems to be in order, but we'll have to check if anything is actually bent. But for now, it doesn't seem to be bent. Laying it on my floor it seems to be flat. All the upper part seems to be flat, so there shouldn't be any problem there, because that's very important. I have seen some examples in other reviews where you actually see them not being the upper body of the printer not being flat. It's a bit curved, and you have to try to fix that up. Okay, we have this ATX power cable. We also have this is the support for the bed with the T-nut. I don't know how it's called, this in English, a screw where you actually put where you introduce the rod, the second one, because we've got two. The bed lays on two rods. Okay, here we have one of the vertical linear rails. Oh, so we see here we actually have another type of linear rail. This is with black at the end. We also see two plastics at the ends, so this cannot slide out. This is good. Okay, this is some cabling. I don't know, maybe to the motherboard. Yeah, probably to the hot end. Okay. I don't know, these are or probably in the metal to cover the cables, the plastic that you actually put on the aluminium profiles. Okay, the tubing for the Bowden extruder. This is the second vertical linear rail. We also have plastic here. The type is black. It actually travels nice. Don't feel any bump. Yep. Okay, anything else? Let's check out for extra parts. Okay. I have seen in other videos where some parts have actually fallen into the box, so yeah, have to be careful about that. Okay, here we have the aluminium structure. It's an aluminium profile. Okay, lid on the ground seems to be flat. Okay, same thing. You actually have two. It's this is 240, or how it's called, because it's two aluminum profiles stitched together, so more rigid structure. It's actually a quite big printer. If I remember correctly, it's 300. The build surface is 300 by 300 and 350 millimeters tall. Okay, we've got these. This seems to be straight by looking at it with my eyes. Okay, this seems to be okay. Now we've got here the vertical rods. Okay, I'll put this on the, seems to be, they don't seem to be bent. Okay, at least, yeah, they don't seem to be bent. Okay, maybe I'm a lucky customer because this actually traveled quite a lot of distance to get here. Okay, here we have the hot end, the cables for the thermistor and the hot end for the heater cartridge. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. We'll see how this thing actually works. Most people say that you should replace it, and I actually have ordered a volcano nozzle already. This is the BMG clone dual drive extruder. Okay, we'll see. Everything seems to be in order there. Okay. Now the lower part. Okay. Okay. Here we can see that we actually have 3 TMC 2208 version 2, and also I don't know, this one writing is very small, I cannot say what type it is. Okay, we have the stepper motors assembled. The belt seems to be a bit loose. We'll see if we can do anything about it. Maybe improvise something to actually put something that will actually put the tension, will actually tension the belt. The power supply 230 and also combined with 150 volts. Okay, Chengliang power supply 360 watts, 24 volts. Okay, on the side we have the micro SD port, the USB cable, and we have here Sapphire Plus. Okay, fan for exhausting heat out, and the switch. The couplings seem to be elastic couplings, I believe. Yeah, these seem to be elastic couplings. I'm not that much of an expert in couplings because my other printer doesn't have such things. Okay, the LCD screen seems to be okay. Interesting, we actually have a fan that's cooling one stepper motor. Nope, I'm mistaken. It's actually oriented towards the board. So there's a bit of distance from there. Okay. Well, there will probably be a small problem because, as we see here, these are actually rigidly mounted. So there isn't any way to tension the belt. We'll have to see. Some other ways to actually tension the belt. Maybe we'll try to look something out in Thingiverse. Okay. Right now it's set on 230 volts, so it's okay. Yeah, just had to check that out. Well, and the last part doesn't seem to be bent. I'm lucky. Okay. No other parts inside. Well, everything seems to be okay. I'll see you later. Now that the printer is finished, and it's actually printing its third part, I would like to make a point that I didn't make when I did the unboxing, and that's the fact that all pieces, all the required parts to build the printer were delivered in the box, except for one thing: the cotton insulation for the heated bed. If you look under the bed, you see that there's no insulation there. I actually looked in the box, and that cotton should have been put in the same plastic bag where the bed and the original print surface for this printer were placed, and there was none. The printer was actually ordered from Banggood, and I don't know if it was supposed to be in the package. It seems odd that all the other pieces were actually packaged and that wasn't. Maybe this version for the Banggood, from the Banggood store, from the Cehia warehouse of the Banggood store, doesn't include that. I have raised the bed temperature at a maximum of 80 degrees up until now. Maybe it can go further, but it does seem to heat up very slowly when you get near 80 degrees. So for PETG you can actually use the bed without the insulator, the bed insulator, but probably reaching higher temperature will be really hard. This bed is rated for 100 degrees Celsius, and I don't know if I can actually reach that without the bed insulation, but we'll see. But for now I don't need that, and the fact that the bed insulation didn't came with the printer doesn't bothers me that much, because in the future probably I will try to replace the bed with something that can reach 140-150 degrees Celsius, hopefully, to maybe print polycarbonate. Okay. All the other parts are okay. Everything seems to be okay. In the package there was grease, which some reviewers actually said that they didn't got and it was required. I greased the linear rails and the rods with it. Nothing broke, everything seems to be okay. Also, the extruder is okay. Right now I didn't mount the filament, the print resume sensor, or the filament interruption sensor is here. I didn't mount it. You do have to look out a bit when it to have a bit of care when it comes to the extruder, because this seems to flex. The handle seems to flex a bit. The spring seems to be very strong, which is a good thing because it will put a lot of pressure on the filament, but this seems to be a bit flimsy, so do have a bit of care about that. Okay, that's about that.